All right, how's it going, YouTubers? I'm going to paint some sunflowers today, and I hope you enjoy them, because I will. All right, and I'm going to be painting with my trusted spatula, palette knife. We call it spatula in Spanish, but it's a palette knife, I guess. All right. So here we go. I'm going to create the base. And as I mentioned before, don't worry too much if you're an artist, right? Don't worry too much about trying to control or micromanage the painting. Just put in the blocks, the color blocks, the big areas of color, color blocks, something like that. I find it amazing that we can share our videos as artists and share our growth, because we're always growing. We never stop growing. We're always changing. At least that's the case for me. I know that's the case for many artists, but you can't escape growth. If you're constantly working, changing it up, moving, being I heard this word, nimble. You're definitely growing. So if you're thinking to yourself, man, I'm not, when will I ever be better or grow as an artist? That's the wrong question. Your question should really be, when do I get started to practice more? Because the more you practice, the more you will grow. It's just inevitable. You will grow. You just got to put in the time. You got to put in those hours. So as you can see, I don't necessarily paint like most artists, or maybe I do. I don't know. Maybe I'm just telling myself that. I like to approach the painting with a more abstract point of view. I'm very influenced by the Impressionist artists and the post-Impressionists, especially like Van Gogh and Gauguin. And Cézanne, I love Cézanne's work. And so you'll see me going towards that area more. Where I'm trying to paint more of a feeling, the emotion, than anything else. More of a movement and colorist approach, I guess. And, painting is different for everyone. Painting for every artist, I think, it's especially when as I mentioned, when you put in the time, painting is a very individual thing. There's no set way of painting, and I know there's certain schools and styles or techniques or whatever, but even if you learn how to paint, I don't know, let's say you learn how to paint very realistic, hyper-realistic, or you're more surrealistic, like, Dali-esque type of work, floating things around and whatnot. Regardless of the way you paint or what you paint, you are going to, if you've done it enough, you will create your own spin-off, your own voice. because it's inevitable that a part of you has to come into the painting because you're allowing it to come forward. I mentioned in other videos, it's not me necessarily painting it, it's me opening the sort of however you want to put it, consciousness, the channel. Not trying to get airy-fairy here, but you're the one who's you're both creating and guiding, and as I mentioned, it doesn't come from you, it comes through you. Painting comes through you. Don't kid yourself. It doesn't come from you. This is you're trying to tap into something very pure that it comes through the human being. It's my belief anyway. So I like to see it this way. It's not me. I'm just creating the space for it. And when you're working on it, when you're starting out, if it's not coming out a certain way, it's because you have it's either two things. You don't have enough practice, which is the main one, I think. And the second one, when you have enough practice and it's still not coming out, go back to number one. You don't have enough practice. No, it could also mean that you have a lot of you place a lot of judgment on the work and on yourself, and you got to check that. I choose to paint this way because I love it, and it allows me to step out of my own mind and not create judgment. At least in this moment, I get to not create judgment. I get to leave it alone, to allow it, and to just use my practice to of color and of technique or whatever it is that you practice, to just kind of allow it to, to come, to exist, I guess, without getting too philosophical, to come forward, to come out. Guess that's what artists do, no? We end up getting too philosophical. But, as I mentioned before, check it out. Simplicity is my religion. When it comes to painting, or any type of art, simplicity for me is the highest form of elegance. I love seeing a painting unfold with simple brushwork, with simple, in this case, the palette work, very simple. There's already too much stuff happening in the world. There's already too much stuff happening in our minds, and all the worries of the day, all the, hecticness, I guess, of life, right? Many times it feels a heavy burden, right? It's already happening too much. It doesn't have to happen in your artwork, whether you're a musician, a guitarist, a singer, a painter like myself. It doesn't need to happen here. Here you can be liberated from that. At least here you can use it as a practice to get outside of your own head. And I know I'm doing a lot of commentary here. I feel comfortable. I chose to make it more me painting and me talking. me. but I don't know. It makes sense, at least to me. You be the judge. All right, and there we go. One of my favorite grades is Viridian hue, Viridian green, I guess, with yellow and red. And it's just one of my all-time favorite grays. If you want to make a gray, I don't use black in my palette knife just because I bought into the whole Impressionist idea of not using black, just to keep the colors more lively. But I mean, I do use it from time to time. I just almost never do. So there it is. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed the heck out of it. Every time I do a painting, it's a learning experience, and it's a very cool thing. So here are my version of sunflowers, and let's sign it Trujillo. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and until next time. Oh, you know what? I'm going to twist it a little bit. Let me show you the front of it. That way you can see what I'm seeing, because I fell in love with this piece. And if you like what you're seeing here, check out my eBay auctions. I auction some of this, and some of them I just set them at a regular price, whatever. Go check it out if you really like this work. Thank you so much for watching.